Mary was a pioneer. She was a risk taker. She was a visionary. She saw a situation with her nephew. Butchie wasn't getting any services. And so she formed a school.
She believed it needed to be done, and so we were all going to do it. She wasn't a parent. She wasn't an educator. She wasn't a social worker. You know, she went door to door, person to person. She just did it from a complete grassroots approach.
She did it at a time when professionals said children should go to institutions. It was her and a few parents who had this radical notion that children shouldn't be institutionalized. Now, here we are 70 years later, the rest of the world is starting to believe that.
The community is a very different community. It was not open to new ideas, but Mary was determined. She really had no substantial funding or substantial benefactors.
You know, she started this 70 years ago for one little boy. And now we have 58 classrooms, we have 450 some odd kids. So she was a woman well before her time. She put her heart and soul into this place when people said it couldn't happen.
She had a strong sense of equity and right and wrong and fairness. She probably, more than anyone else, drove the state and the city to begin to provide transportation for handicapped children.
This was 40 years before the American Disabilities Act. 40 years before.
Some of the people that just felt that they said to me, "You're wasting your time. You're never going to get any place with this." In fact, one educator in this community said within 6 months they'll be out of existence. But we kept going.
When I came here, people said, it is like the best kept secret in Rochester. Why? Let's not keep this a secret, for Pete's sake.
Goods and services at stores.
The community learns about the agency through all of us. There's a lot of supporters in the community who actually say, oh, Mary Cariola, I know that place, but they haven't been in.
Our students have an experience that's guided by an interdisciplinary team. The speech therapist, the occupational therapist, the vision therapist, the physical therapist, the music therapist, the teachers, the behavior therapist, working together to figure out how to maximize learning. We don't fit kids into a program. We build a program for kids.
I've heard several stories about Mary. One of my favorites was from a donor who said, oh, Mary lived on my street, and that woman could get you to do anything. Same story about the organization. She had it in her mind, very determined, guess what we're gonna do? Put on a pot of macaroni, cook some spaghetti, raise some money, let's get going.
Today is the day of Wednesday. I did meet Mary, and it was kind of like meeting the Queen of England. She was this tiny little lady sitting in a pink Queen Anne's chair. I remember this like it was yesterday. She looked up at me and she said, you're a nice girl, I can tell. Love my kids. And then she put her hands on my face. And look, I'm choked up by that, because to this day, when I'm having a hard time, when I'm thinking about it, when a child has passed, all of those hard times, I think of Mary looking at me. She started something, and I feel as though I'm trying to continue what she started, of giving a voice to these children.
Are you wonderful? And you're sweet? And you're smart? Yes.
It gave you comfort that other people were going through this. And also seeing your child make some progress, which, you know, frankly, you didn't think was going to happen.
I think what would be probably one of the more amazing things to her is the advancements of our staff.
I think she'd be amazed to see how far that we've come from that little schoolroom to now, and all the services they get and all the different things they get to experience that they probably wouldn't had they not come in.
If she walked into one of our homes today, I think she would be absolutely amazed at the adaptations that we've made, that parents' lives are better, that they can spend quality time with their children and still feel like they have a balance in their life.
It's your turn to play.
I think the other thing she might be really surprised about is how many babies are living and having a quality of life, and they're gorgeous and they're having fun.
We often hear parents tell us, I never thought he would be able to do that. I never thought he could communicate. I never thought he could walk. But they've come that far because staff are engaged, creative, thoughtful, and dedicated. And in fact, very much like Mary, don't accept we can't do that as an answer.